we will continue our lesson number 17 on your science, that is forest. We have finished till increased rainfall, uses of forest. Okay, so let's start from the forest product. There are 5 points of forest product. Number 1 is, what do we get? What are the products? We get wood from the trees. Trees like teak, sal, mahogany and shisham are cut down to meet the demand of wood. They are used to make furniture and also act as fuels for domestic use. Next, plants like cinchona, eucalyptus, amla have medical properties. They are made into Ayurvedic or herbal medicines that have least or no side effects. Number 3, forests provide resins to make paints and varnish. They also provide latex, means a gum, okay, which is processed to make rubber. Rubber is then molded into various useful things like eraser, tire, etc. Next, bamboo is used to make paper and also used to make basket in small cottage industry. Okay, so these are the different type of product that forest provide us. It provide us wood, it provide us a medicinal properties also, okay, Ayurvedic things. It provide us to make the paint, varnish and all. Also provide us how to make a rubbers and all, okay. And also the bamboo, it provide us to make paper and use different kind of basket and small kind of cottage industries. Alright. Next, interdependence of plants and animals. The dependence between the plants and animals. Okay. Forest is home to many wild animals. It is their natural habitat. The plant, animal and microorganism are the biotic component of the forest. Underline all this. The plants are the primary producers. That is the first stage, okay. The animals that depend on the plant for food are consumer. Underline this. What are consumer? Plants, animals that depend on plant for their food. Next, the animals that depend on smaller animal for their food are called secondary consumer. So underline this also. What is secondary? Secondary consumer means animal that depend on smaller animal, okay, for their food is called secondary consumer. Example, an insect eats the bark of the tree. This insect is eaten by a frog. So insects are the smaller animals, okay, smaller than frog. So that is secondary consumer. The frog is eaten by a snake. The snake can be eaten by an eagle or hawk. A hawk can be eaten by a hyena, and hyenas are hunted down by lions and tiger. This dependence of animal due to requirement of nutrition forms a chain. So you can clearly see the interdependence between plant and animals. You can even see the examples of here, a food chain. Plant depends on sun, and grasshopper depends on grass, frog to grasshopper, snake to frog, eagle to snake, and so on. Alright, so these are the food chain of the plants and animals which depend one another. Next, if the number of frogs go down, the snake will have nothing to eat. If the snakes die out, the eagle will face scarcity, means less of food. Every living organism depends on the lower organism for the nutrition. It forms what is called a food chain. A food chain, underline this, okay. A food chain can be defined as a linear consequence of links formed by the animals involved due to nutrition requirement. Several interconnected food chains make a food web. So underline all this. Food chain, it can be defined as linear consequence, underline till here. Alright. So a food chain means depending on one another, one to one, okay, like grass to grasshopper, grasshopper to frog, frog to snakes, like that, okay. So here it says every living organism, it depends on one another for their nutrition. Alright. Next, and that is called food chain. Arboreal animals. Arboreal means animals those that lives in trees, okay, like monkeys, squirrels and birds build the nest on trees. The dead remains are decomposed by organisms like bacteria and fungi in the soil. The decomposition releases nutrients from the body of animal, which in turn helps in better growth of plants. Some animal, birds and insects help in pollination by carrying pollens from one plant to another. Squirrels gather nuts and hide it in the soil for storage. These nuts or seeds germinate to form new plants. This is how the biotic community of a forest show interdependence on each other. So here, even in arboreal animals like monkeys, squirrels and all, they build their nests on the trees, they live on the trees, and those that are remain dead, it is decomposed by another organism like bacteria, all this, okay, in the soil. Once the animal body is being decomposed, okay, it is being sorted out, it is being eaten up by the bacteria, and through that decomposition it releases nutrients from the body of animal, which turn into a better growth of plants. All this decompose and it helps the plants to grow much better. All right, and some animals like bird and insect, they help in pollination by carrying the pollens, means by carrying the seeds, eating up the seeds and all, and spreading from here and there, okay, so that the new plants grow, new plants, new fruits and all grows in different places, okay, carrying it here and there. And squirrel also, they gather the nuts and hide in the soil for storage, means to collect so that it will be helpful for them, okay. And so through these nuts, new seed it germinate, it forms in a new plants again, okay. So this is how biotic community of forest show interdependence one by one. Even seeds also depend, animals depend on seeds, seeds also depend on, like plants depends on seeds and all. These are the interdependence between these. All right, now recall and remember number 1 to 4. All these are your homework. Write it down in your science copy, okay. The rest deforestation, from here we will continue in our next class. All right, and for your exercise work, till now only one student submit the notes, the work, the homework that I have given. So the rest also try to submit by tomorrow. All right, because I'm going to entry all this for your internal marks. All right, and afterwards in class group I'm going to send you some homework. I will send the page number, okay, on your science. So on those chapter that I send, you have to write the keyword, the vocabulary words, that is the word meaning, okay. Write all those that I gave, okay.